Hey YouTube, Goddess Lily. This is Lori's wig. This is the wig that I talked about in the last video, which is also my very first lace front wig that I made for a client. What happened was, I had ventilated the closure, and as you know, it was all going to one side. Coincidentally, I decided to perm this closure after collaborating with, talking to Marie, which she actually started ventilating another closure for this wig, and she was experiencing the same problem, the hair going over to one side. So because of her experience in ventilating with different types of hair, she basically told me that the reason is not because of my ventilating or our ventilating, it's because the hair is wetted. You can't ventilate, in different angles with hair that's been wetted on the track. And the reason why is because once that hair is folded over and sewn onto the track, it loses its memory, or, maybe elasticity, or it loses something. So basically it can only be ventilated in one direction. So while I am common and normally ventilate to the back, I've never experienced ventilating forward. So this was my first experience ventilating forward with, wetted hair. Now I can still make the wigs and closures with wetted hair, but it's gonna all go back. So no more going forward. If you want, a wig or closure with, forward ventilating, you have to send me bulk hair. So I'm just gonna zoom it in. So anyway, what I did to this closure, because after I discovered she having the same problem, I decided to perm it. And I do have experience with perming, closures without getting the perm on the net, because as you know, the perm is lye and it can burn a hole through the net. So a good way to do it would be to use that got to be glued, which I did. I covered the inside of the net with the got to be glued. I dried it under the hooded hair dryer, so the net's completely covered with that got to be glued. It dries like a silky plastic. So anyway, then I went ahead and I permed it, and it came out beautifully. So I sent pictures to Lori and she loved it. So by the time you see this video and she watches this video, this wig is on its way to her in France. So you already know what the inside looks like, so I'm not actually going to show you, what the inside looks like. I just wanted you to see that it has, I remedied the problem by, perming it. So it's all flowing, to the front, unidirection. I dried it this way with this little, thing, with this little opening in the center. So once you wash it, you can basically manipulate how you want it to lay by drying it, blow drying it that way. I actually just let it dry overnight, and I sprayed the inside of the net while it was wet with some Pump Up, I think that's what it's called, by BB, which Marie told me is really good spritzing hairspray that seals the net. So we're done with this. It's going to France. This is a lace front closure that I'm working on. It's going to be for a wig. It's a 4x4 inch closure, and it's with Arjuni hair. This is for my client Tanya, and as you can see, I'm almost done. I'm almost at that pink line. This is the 1/2 inch that I normally perfect the hairline. I give you that really thin ventilation that it looks like it's growing out the scalp. So I'm at that point, and it's only going to take me a day to do it. So I'm telling you this because you have not sent me your measurements yet, and I need that. And this is the Arjuni hair that I have that I'm making this closure with. This is 16 inch, but you can probably tell it's longer in the back because one half, sorry about the airplane, the back half is done with the 18-inch, and then I will complete the wig with the 18-inch, and then I have 16-inch for the ventilation at the top. But actually, I'm going to have to use the 16-inch for, you know, the top of the wig, so it'll flow in. See how that's going to flow? It's going to flow really, really pretty into that. So as you know, this Arjuni hair is really hard for me to work with, so I'm going to actually have to go in and trim, you know, the mustaches and do all that good stuff before I seal her and get her ready to, you know, attach to the wig.